I'm Davey. I'm awesome. And welcome to the Comment Corner, where you guys make comments on my videos, and I respond every week. And in between responding to your comments. You know what the snail said on Valentine's Day when his call went to voicemail? I just crawled to say I love you. So kicking it off this week with last week's Comment Corner, his Twinkies. Daniel DeLeon69 commented, "Love watching these Comment Corner videos. They're always fun to watch. Glad you enjoy them." Then, Paul Jetto commented, "I'm not sure I want to see his Care Bear stare. Lol." Jay McCool replied to that, "I do." Well, Jay, you're in luck, and Paul, sorry.
Film bestie. Stare.
Then my brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, "I don't drink, I sip. And I know who you are, Lucifer. Now, let's dance. Boom, boom, ba ba, ba ba, bitty bitty, boom, 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 boom." That's how you do it. Ryder Strong! I hope he wasn't really dancing when he commented that. Then Jay McCool made his own comment. "Interesting mug. Thanks. I know, it's just scribbles, but it's sentimental. When my kids were really young, they went to a little craft thing, and they made that for me." Then Jay McCool commented, "What if I want to live in a van down by the river?" Well, if that's what you want, then you're going to end up living in a van down by the river. Then Jay McCool commented, "Did you guys just watch a lot of Boy Meets World when you were kids?" For a while, yeah. Didn't really watch a lot of the later episodes when they started going to college and stuff like that. Kind of ran out of steam, but during its first few seasons, yeah, we watched the crap out of it. Ryder Strong! You know what's the best Valentine's Day dinner? A hearty one. Then going to a slightly older comment corner, one I did a few weeks ago, ice cream bars. Nikki B. Jammin commented, "Rumpelstiltskins. Wasn't there an 80s Rumpelstiltskin? Seems like I saw a crazy scary movie called Rumpelstiltskin in the 80s, in the fairy tale category. Because we had some really cool kids movies. I could be wrong about it. Thanks, Awesome Davey." There was a Rumpelstiltskin movie in the 80s. It was a really good one. But it wasn't really scary. The scary one came out in the early to mid-90s, I believe. I could be wrong. You know why you shouldn't trust a pastry chef on Valentine's Day? They'll desert you. Then on this week's Davey's Awesome Stories, when the roommate called, Daniel DeLeon69 commented, "That was a really good story, Davey." Thank you. Then my brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, "Dude, tell the spaghetti story. Patience. Patience." Then Jay McCool commented, "Were you the only one he called for this stuff, or did he do this to everyone he knew?" He did it to everybody he knew. If he had your phone number, you were going to get a stupid phone call from the guy. A phone call about something you didn't care about. Now granted, the Spider-Man thing, he only called me because I was the only one he would call about something like that. But the police scanner thing, didn't call it literally everybody, but he called a few people he had spoken to about it. And the moment my roommate woke up, because he was a graveyarder at the time, he came out and that was the first thing out of his mouth, apparently. The 811 being changed into 411, he apparently called just about everybody he knew. Because just about everybody I knew who mutually knew him, including my best friend, all talked about for a couple of days how we all got that weird phone call that he had to tell everybody that 811 is now 411. Someone asked me if I have a date for Valentine's Day. I said yes, it's February 14th. Then, on an older Davey's Awesome Movies, my Davey's Awesome Movies review of Down Periscope. Clips Films Melbourne commented, 500 feet seen to some people should be aware. World War II submarines can go 300 feet limits. Modern non-nuclear military's narrow hull sub can go similar to World War II or pre-Cold War subs. Expedition subs, some materials are designed that can go deep waters. Well, thank you. That was informative. You know who always has a date on Valentine's Day? The calendar. Then on my Davey's Awesome Wrestlings, where I reviewed NXT Vengeance Day 2024, Daniel DeLeon69 commented, my favorite match has to be Ilya Dragunov versus Trick Williams, plus Carmelo Hayes turning heel on Trick Williams after the match was over. That was everybody's favorite match. Then after 2 weeks, not having to deal with this, J Spud commented, I choose to post on this as the word vengeance seems to weigh in on my previous situation, and you were both wrong in regards to my absence as of late, and I'll tell you why. It was awful. I was miserably constipated to the point of senseless groaning and feeble kicking in my sleep. My misery was so incessantly intense that Nunchucks locked me in her prayer closet, which incidentally also serves as a public porta potty that caters to a long list of strange men who visit her mother when they are lonely. Mind you, Tracksuit doesn't carry on any inappropriate relations with them, but rather they take one look at her in her skimpiest undergarments purchased from her local lingerie stores, Valerie's shame, and realize how good they have it, prompting them to return to their wives. I digress. Anyhow, I finally managed with a screaming goat's wall to force out the stone egg that was in my rancid stool the size of the long plumber's snake by placing my legs up in the birthing position. I dropped 8 pounds of body weight and 3 quarts of blood that could have been taken to the blood bank for a nice profit after the intestinal macarena that threatened my very way of life almost did in me. Nunchucks was ready with a Ginsu knife in what with the menacing sparkle in her eyes suggested to be the unabashed desire to perform a medieval C-section. The event laid me up on bed rest these last couple of weeks, while placing me in the Guinness Book of World Records. Not for the stool, mind you, but under the title, Longest Sissy Whale Ever from a Biological Born Male. The photographer laughed as he wrapped my tummy-tum nightmare in a blankie and made me cradle it like a baby he named Kung Pew. Paul Jetto replied to this. Dude, why? Why did we or anyone need to know any of this? Because it's made up and that's what he does. Then Paul Jetto made his own comment. I tried to do your yeah, and my girl laughed so hard at me. I found that not that many people can do it. My brother can't do it. 2 of my kids constantly try to do it and they can't. Heck, even the guy that I got it from can't do it on purpose. Then Paul Jetto commented, this was a fun event. Almost skipped it after the mess that was Royal Rumble. Yeah, it was a nice change in pace. Then Jay McCool commented, wow, I may check this PLE out. Maybe you should. I understand you're not watching WWE, but NXT maybe? You know how the squirrel got attention on Valentine's Day? He acted like a nut. Then on an older Davies Awesome Stories, even more stupid warnings, Tom8201 commented, I wonder if Logitech will put on their controllers not intended for control of a sub. Well, what else am I supposed to use to control a sandwich? You know how vampires know if they had a successful Valentine's Day date? If it was love at first bite.
That's funny.
Then on this week's Davies Awesome Movies, where I reviewed Psycho 3, the film bestie commented, yeah, Psycho 3, yeah! It's an inside joke. Then Paul Jetto commented, I think it's called excommunicated. I know that's what they call it when they kick you out of the Catholic Church altogether, but she was just not allowed to be a nun anymore. So I don't know if it's the same thing. Then Paul Jetto commented, why am I surprised your brother didn't say anything about the Brinky Stevens nudity? I'm pretty sure he doesn't actually watch the videos. Then Jay McCool commented, I thought I saw all the Psycho movies. Didn't know about the Bates Motel movie. I've only heard of the TV show. I'll have to look for the movie. Be warned, if you're a fan of these movies, it's not the same thing. Then Jay McCool commented, I gotta agree, I like this movie, but not as much as the others. Second is my favorite. To each his own. Then the film bestie commented, testing. Nobody better be stealing my comments. They're not, they're yours. Then the film bestie commented, Brink Stevens. And yeah, you got 431 subscribers now, yo! You know what the puzzle said on Valentine's Day? You complete me. So there you have it. That's Comic Corner this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications for when I post new videos, and leave a comment of your own to be in next week's Comic Corner. Happy Valentine's Day.